Hello, I'm the Jody Saver, and in this video, I'm going to give my top 5 tips for taking control of your money. This is a subject I'm very passionate about because I believe that if you take control of your money, then it can help you use money as a tool and build you the best life you can. So, tip number 1. So, I see myself as the CEO of my money. So, I'm the boss of my bank account. I get to decide what goes in and what goes out, and it's very empowering to think of it that way. So, as you would with a successful business, you have to keep an eye on the finances, and that's something that when I look at my bank statements that I really do, and I try and take some of the emotion out of it and trying to put on a rational business head when it comes to looking at my finances. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is understanding the ingoings and the outgoings. So what I do with my partner at the end of each month, when we get paid, so we get paid the last day of the month, we have a spreadsheet where we look at what our income is, what our outgoings are, and what our plans are with money. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But what it means is that we have a very good view of what our finances are. And I've done it before in the past, early on in my personal finance journey, where you just get paid and you let all the bills come out and you don't really have a grasp on how much is going out and where it's going to. But it's really powerful if you have a spreadsheet or some form of tracker where you can look at what's coming in and exactly what's coming out each month and how much you've got left over for things like saving or investing or or sort of entertainment spends. Tip number 3, and this is where linking to thinking of finance as you would a business comes in. So where are you now? So in that spreadsheet that I use with my partner at the end of each month, we look at how much money do we have at the moment in our savings account, in our investments, on our mortgage. What's the outstanding capital on the mortgage. So what is our current position? So how much money do I have in the bank account? So having a good view of the position that you're in is really helpful, because without knowing where you are now, you can't know or can't think about where you're going in the future. So tip number 4 is, where do you want to be? So whether you're thinking about retirement, whether you're thinking about life plans like getting married or starting a family, those things cost money. So you have to think about where you want to be. And what I do is I project what I'm currently doing, project that forward and see how am I going to reach where I want to be. So for example, I want to be mortgage free by the latest by when I'm 40, which is just over 8 years' time. So I know from where I am currently and how much I save, invest, and overpay each month, what my balance will be across all those three by the time I'm 40, and I can make adjustments to my saving and spending plan to get to where I want to be by the time I'm 40 years old. And then tip number 5, and you'll probably have heard this before, is every pound has a job. So what I mean by that is that you have to take care of your money. And what I try and be mindful of is the money that I spend that I would class as being frittered away. Like, I'm not, it doesn't really have a purpose. It's just maybe for convenience. So if I spend money on my mortgage and my bills, that's got a job because it's helping me have a roof over my head, get fed, and so on. The money that goes to grocery shopping, obviously that's got a job. The money that's going to my entertainment that I really value each month, so whether that be going to the theatre, going to the cinema, um, going out for a nice meal with my family, that's got a job. But there's also money that doesn't really have a job that I'd class as money that's being wasted because I'm not really valuing it as such. So, for example, maybe I buy lunch at work one day where I could have brought in my own lunch. That might be £5. That's actually unnecessarily being used. And also this statement means, is your money working for you? So if I put my money in a high interest savings account, then that money is making money. Um, so that's how I view that. But it's really important to think of it as that all the money that you've got in your bank account, it's got a purpose when you spend it. So for me, I like to think of me putting money as a mortgage overpayment. It has a job because actually it's saving me on future interest that I'm paying on my mortgage. So yeah, that was a quick video, just my top 5 tips on how I view my money and how I take control of my money. As I said, it's something that I'm really passionate about, and I think having a good view of your finances sets you up to feel like you're in control of your life. But let me know in the comments below how you view your money, how you take control of it, and if you've got any tips for me, and I'll see you on the next video.